Hi Internet, welcome back to the Traveling Knitter channel. My name's Steph and I live in Columbus, Ohio. This is the November 2023 podcast and I got knitting done, but not what I thought I was gonna get done. And then when I saw I had no finished objects, I cast something on to then cast it off. Yeah. I also have so much yarn to show you that came in. My 2023 resolution of less yarn in than out is just through the window. I don't think I can recover, but there's always next year. I think I was more thoughtful, absolutely more thoughtful with what came in. So I think I'll count that as a plus. I did not knit what I am wearing. This is a dress that I found at Meijer. I think it was 60% off, so I think it was less than 30. It's an all over cable fingering weight, maybe even lace weight sweater. It's super pretty. I love sweater dresses, especially for work, because I feel like they look really fancy, but also it's just one thing that I'm putting on and they're really cozy because they're really, thick, and I love the sleeves. So if you are near Meijer, this is Ophelia Rose is the brand. So I got a bunch of coordinating sweater winter outfits all from Meijer, and not a single thing was over $30. I also found a $3 Halloween shirt, which was a huge plus. Finished objects. I have always, every year, I have lofty ambitions to knit my coworker something. So at first I was like, oh, I'll make everybody a little amigurumi. I never started that, so that's not happening. Then I thought, oh, I could make everybody a coffee cozy. I don't love knitting those, so only maybe one person's gonna get one, but this is the one that I made. I just need to weave in the ends. So it's just using the sock yarn. I believe this is a Miss Babs that I used in the On the Spice Market kit from the very first time I went to Rhinebeck. So I had leftovers and I used that to make this cozy, and then the gray is just some gray that I was using, just leftovers. So I used a snowflake pattern, which I think you can see. And the snowflake pattern is from the Rhinebeck Doodle collection. So I think you can buy cozy patterns on your own, but it's like you're literally just making the cuff of a sock. So I think I cast on 72. I did a 2x2 rib for 8 rows or something. 8 rows, maybe more, before I did the pattern. I just kind of winged it. I did run out of yarn, and so I used just like a coordinating color, which you can tell, but I think it looks okay. So here's one cozy that I made that is going to be a gift. I do want to make, a couple more. I'm just not going to push myself. And then the other thing I made is another donation hat. I was looking through the hats that I have to donate. I wanted to have 12 and I don't have 12. So I cast this on and finished it all in like a matter of 4 hours. This is, it's a little bit taller than I had thought, because I honestly, I didn't read the decreases. I thought they were gonna be more like a sock, but they are not. And so it's longer than it's supposed to be, but I think it's fine. I thought it looked okay when I put it on. Right? You can have it be a little bit slouchy. I also do have a very small head. I have the head circumference of the average 3 to 5 year old. I even looked it up. Like, I looked it up for what head circumference is normal. So I normally do not wear adult hats because they all are too big. So anyway, this is the medium adult size, so it's definitely too big for me. This is, what yarn did I use? It might be like Red Heart Soft. I'm not sure. It's an acrylic yarn that I have in my, like, one of these. The bins over here are my acrylic yarns, and that is for like quick gifts, donations, for things that, for like non-knitters or people who are never going to, not never, but like are not going to take care of their knits because it's not a priority, which fine, right? Like, that's fine. So here we have acrylic yarn. Nothing wrong with it. So this is a Tin Can Knits hat. Is it the Barley hat? I'll have the name on the screen. So that's that. Those are my 2 finished objects. Both not really what I wanted to have finished for this episode. One of my favorite drinks is hot chocolate, which is what I'm drinking, but I'm drinking it out of a metal tin. This is one of the mugs I got from Disney World this year. Hot drinks in metal just makes the metal really hot. So this isn't like the smartest cup to drink out of. This is like a drink water mug. And I also need to be careful not to drip hot chocolate onto my white dress. I put a lot of knitting into one project. It's in this adorable bag that says pick your poison, and it is a bunch of Disney poison references. This is my festival sweater, my size. I'm gonna run out of yarn, guys. I should have looked at other people's Ravelry projects because almost every single person put in the comments that they used more yarn than the pattern said. So I think I'm gonna need one more skein. I lengthened the sleeves just a smidge, so they'll be a little bit longer. I did knit the cuffs long like they recommended because I thought that could be cute, but I think my sleeves are maybe like 2 centimeters longer than the pattern. Then I am currently on the other sleeve, and I have the body, you know, just on needles with my little needle protectors, which are gingerbread people. I can't wait for the sweater. I think it's gonna look so cute. I can't wait. I might still be able to finish this in November because I've got what, 3 days. I went to look at the watch that is not on my wrist. It's currently being charged. I think I could finish this because the rest, after I'm finished recording, it's in the evening, I'm just going to chill on my couch and knit. I might be able to get like half the sleeve done, and then tomorrow get the other sleeve done, and then the day after that work on the body. And I think I'm gonna run out on the body because I only have 2 more skeins of yarn left of my main color. I know I'm going to need 1 skein for the sleeve because I used 1.5 on this side, so I'm working the other half, and then I'll have 1, And that leaves me just this to do. The pattern photos have 8 stripes on the body. I just did the 6 stripes, so I have 2 more chunks plus my ribbing. I can't do that out of 1 skein. So I might either need 1 more skein or I might need 2 more skeins. This is not super expensive yarn, and I'm not that worried about color differences in the dye lots. So I'm just gonna, I'll get the 2 if I need to. So I'd rather the sweater, the length be exactly what I want than to save $4. So I am using Sun Is Gone Double Sunday in the color 2321. And then I have 2 different colors for my stripes. And I am not going to remember what colorway is for what. I'll just say them. There's that one. Okay. So one of them is like a pink clay, and the other one is a really, really deep khaki green. So those are colorway 3553 and 9882. And both of those are petite knit double Sunday colorways. So my main colorway is just a normal one, and then the 2 stripes are petite knit colors. Did I mention that this is a petite knit pattern? This is my very first petite knit pattern, and I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. I like knitting on it. I did read that the bobbles were fiddly. I don't think so. I think the bobbles are fine. I kind of enjoy knitting on the bobbles. I like the normal stockinette part better, but the bobbles are totally fine. And I think they would be really cute on a hat, pair of socks. I'm definitely gonna have leftovers of my stripe colors. And so I was thinking of doing either like a hat or mittens and doing those baubles on there. And I thought that would be cute. I don't know if I would do it for myself or if I would add them to my donation pile. Now that I have a place to donate, and it's like, if you're new, somebody at my work volunteers or runs one of the volunteering things, and one of the places that they volunteer at is a kind of like a halfway house for women that are getting over addiction. So whether that's alcohol, drugs, or if they're in an environment where there are drugs, it is just another area to go to. But it's very much like, I don't think they have internet access. I don't know if they have phones. It's, you know, they're really trying to help these women not like get away from these bad influences or whatever. So it's like gated. You have to get permission to get in, and yeah, so you can donate clothes, money, anything that would help a woman when they, you know, like enter society again. And I live in Ohio. Ohio is cold. So they want like knitted hats, scarves. Someone asked for socks, and I said, ooh, no, I would prefer to buy socks than to make them, because that is a lot more money and time. But hats, no problem. Scarves, no problem. I love making those, but I've only got one neck, right? Like, I only have one head. There's only so many hats and scarves and shawls that I can wear. So I love it. So that's why I knit that hat. And my leftovers, I could, you know, make a festival hat, or I could make festival mittens, and I think those would be so cute. So I'll have some leftovers, and then of course, if I do need the 2, I don't think I'll need the full 2 skeins, so I'll have some leftovers there. I'm so excited for this sweater. I think it's so cute. So cute. I think it's gonna look so good in, I say my wardrobe as if I have like some sort of style. I don't. I just like the things that I like. And I think I'm gonna be able to put some really cute outfits together with this. I say that, I'm gonna pair it with jeans. I'm sure I can come up with something, but I'm excited for the sweater. I think it'll be really cute. Not even I think. I know it's going to be cute. In this thread and maple linen bag, little freebie, I worked a little bit on this sock pattern. It is so hard to see this sock pattern. I should have picked a different yarn. It's in the 52 Weeks of Socks Volume 2 by Lina. I do not remember the name of the designer or the name of the pattern, so that'll be on the screen. The yarns that I am using, they're both leftovers. One is Luna Bud Knits in the Buddy line, which is their 75-25, 430 yards. And it's 114 grams. And the colorway is Thanatos. And this is from Nicholasville, Kentucky. And the gray, I'm not really sure anymore. I have a lot of bits of gray because gray is probably my favorite neutral color. I like it a lot. Here's what the Luna Bud yarn looks like. It's a very dark, variegated purple. I would knit this pattern again, but in a much lighter. I think this would look really cute in a tweed. So that might have to happen. Another one, but in a tweed. I only slightly worked on one more thing. It's in the Notions pouch bag that I got I think last year. It is another coffee cozy. This time I'm using two Knit Picks yarns. One is a Knit Picks Stroll. It's like a brown color, and then the other one is a Hawthorn, which is a green brown. And I am doing another, you can't really see it because I messed up on the color work and I have to undo all of it basically. So, and I wasn't very far, but it is again from the Rhinebeck Doodle Cow. There is a tree motif and that's what I'm gonna do. But instead of like, that one is a 3 color. So there's like the background color, the main color, and then a secondary color. I'm just doing all in one. And because it's variegated, I think it's gonna be okay. Because one of the, like there is a brown in this color and it kind of blends in with the brown for the stroll. So that's one that I will be doing. And did I say, and I did 2x2 on this one instead, just to jazz it up and see which one I like better, the 2x2 or the 1x1. I think I like the 2x2 better for the cozy. It looks cleaner. So that's all I got. I should whip this up. I should just work on this because that'll be super quick to do. And that's all I've been working on. I guess I'll show you the other sweater that I've got that I really need to just work on, but Azalea sweater. This guy right here. It's so pretty. I know I'm gonna love it, but I talked about it in the last episode. The debacle of the dye lots just has me sad. So I don't think I've knit maybe anything since then. And I do have a progress keeper, but I didn't move it the last time, so I'll move it now. So there we have it. And I have this in a giant bag. I have so many project bags, and yet 2 that I'm using, 3 that I'm using, all 4 of them are not even project bags, now I think about it. This is a bag that I found at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. Home Goods. I think it's so cute, right? I kind of wish, so it is just like a normal like tote. I kind of wish, and I could always do this myself, that it had like string on the sides so that I could just tie it a little bit and then it would come in like this automatically. And I could do, I think I would do like a brown. That would be really cute, right? Super cute. And that's really all I've worked on. I think that's a lot though. Let's move into acquisitions. I live in the United States, and in the United States we have, we just had Thanksgiving, and along with that comes Black Friday, which I think has made its way to other countries. Basically, it's when you do these really big, or not necessarily big, but you do sales. Not every single company does it. Smaller companies don't, because, you know, a lot of times you've priced your items at what you can price them. But I did purchase some yarn. So I put in an order with Knitting for Olive because they had free shipping, and I hate paying for shipping. I hate paying for shipping. I do not like it. So I purchased, I think 9 skeins or 7 skeins of Knitting for Olive Merino and Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair. This is both in the colorway Putty. And I purchased this to make the first sweater by Lizzie Huster. And I think it's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait to knit with this. This Knitting for Olive Merino looks very thin. Yeah, that's a thin fingering. So holding these 2 together to make that sweater. I also placed an order with Purl Soho because they had linen quill for 50% off. I feel like this is so popular. I've never felt it, and so I bought quite a lot. I purchased these colors to make a Caitlin Hunter sweater, the one with the bird on it. I can't remember what it's called. So I am going to use linen quill in Juniper Green to make the body. And linen quill is a 50% wool, 35% alpaca, 15% linen, which you can see that linen with the like the white blips, and then the halo has got to be that alpaca. So these guys for the main body. And then for the contrast colors, I've got butterscotch yellow and pink, honey pink. And then I wanted to make a half and half wrap, but I don't like, this is not the color that I thought it was going to be. So I picked out peachy pink. And then I wanted a brown to go with it. And so I picked fresh nutmeg. Fresh nutmeg has a lot of red in it. So coupled together, I don't like this color pairing. I do like this color pairing a bit more, but not a lot, like not a ton. So I guess I'm gonna have to make another order and pick a different color. And then I'm sure I can find something to use this with. Maybe a top. It is, how far does this go? 439. So I have almost 900 yards. Then I went to one of my local yarn stores on Small Business Saturday. We have names for all of these days. So on Small Business Saturday, I went and I picked up 3 skeins of Spun Right Round classic sock in the Rush colorway. Oh my gosh, I thought this was gorgeous. It's like deep greens, light greens, and a bit of like a gold color. So pretty. I think if I paired it with a green Surrey, this would be even more amazing. So that's my plan, is to find a Surrey to go with it. I mean, maybe even a black Surrey. I'm not sure. I could go green, brown, black. I don't know if I want to go, I don't think I want to go gold because that's going to lighten it up, and I think I want to keep it dark, but I'm excited for this. I think I'm just going to do a just a plain sweater for this one. Then, I think I've mentioned it, my mom works at a yarn store called Wool & Company, and I benefit from it a lot, and I love it. So I had asked my mom for 2 pattern books. One of them is the Sari Nordlund book, so she managed to get that for me, and then the other one is the Knitting for Olive book, which I don't think they have in stock yet. So, oh, and then also she grabbed me the Suddenness Gone booklet because I think it was like super discounted, and this has a lot of patterns in it, a lot. Like I would knit everything that's in here. So PSA, if you're looking for Suddenness Gone, if you're looking for Rowan booklets, if you're just looking for books in general, like cozy publishing is not America. This is the same one that did Knit This, right? Is this Cozy Publishing? Yeah. So Knit This, which is Veronica Lindback, or Kutavakika. It's the same publisher. So if you couldn't find this, check Wool & Company. Also, they have had, I don't know what the stocking situation is, the Sari Nordlund book. I love pattern books. Even if I never knit anything out of them, I love them. I love books. There's just like knowing that you have the potential of future enjoyment. It's just one of the reasons why I love books so much. I just love them. I love books. I wish I could have been in publishing, but you don't make money in publishing. At least it takes you a very long time to make money in publishing, and I'm not a very patient person. So anyway, Sari Nordland's Softly Timeless Knits by Cozy Publishing is one of the things she got me, and the photos are just beautiful. There's one, okay, I have to find it. This one. I'll kind of put my hand on the writing. Do you see that? Like, she's there, the sweater is there, but the focal point is not that. It's the architecture, it's the buildings. This is in Paris, is where these photos are taken. Like, look at that. It's just so pretty. Oh, I love it. And the patterns are gorgeous too, but I think if you're into pattern books, you'll know what I mean when I say half the enjoyment is just looking at the pictures. Like, how pretty. These can be coffee books. So, really excited for this. And then, like I said, she saw this one. I think they're just getting rid of just stock that they've had for a long time. This one is, I'm trying to see what year this one is from. I don't know if I'm gonna get a year. '21. So it's not that old, but I'll show you a couple of the patterns. So here, this is a cardigan. This reminds me of another pattern. Is it a French designer? I can't remember, but it's similar to something else that I've seen. This simple cardigan is just really large ribbing, but so pretty. Like, you could wear that with so many things. There's a bobble sweater. There's using that same pattern to make just a pullover. Just gorgeous. There's the striped sweater that's on the front. And a sweater version of that ribbed that I was talking about, or that I showed you earlier. And then this sweater, so pretty. I love that sweater. They're just cozy looking. Big fan, big fan. So this one is Sandnes Garn Mykt, M-Y-K-T, 1904, if you're interested in this guy. So I hadn't seen my mom since July when we were in California for my brother's wedding. So she had been picking up yarn and things for me since then. So that's why I have so much, but I do have a lot of yarn that my mom got me. And again, I benefit so much from my mom working at a yarn store and getting a really good discount. So one of the things I asked her to get me was a mohair to couple with my Dye Mad yarns in the Truster Sock. And this is the National Bubble Tea Day, which I purchased this on local yarn store day, local bookstore day, local bubble tea day. Like, All three of those things happen on the same weekend. All of them I love. They all go together. And I want to, so I bought this with the intention of knitting the, is it the classic crop raglan? It's one of Jessie Maid's pattern. And it's just a normal, it's just a regular standard raglan. And that's what I bought this for. And I wanted to, just to even out the lavender colors, pair it with a mohair. So I had my mom grab this. This is Rowan Kid Silk Haze in the shade 697. I think they called it lavender online. So I think it's going to really, it's going to even it out. And I am going to actually cast this on here really soon because there happens to be a knit along that Amanda is doing. Amanda of, what is her name now? Birch and Lily. And she is partnering with someone who I had not known, but she lives in Cleveland, Ohio. So I started following her. I have not watched her YouTube channel yet, but I'm excited to watch somebody that also lives in Ohio. I feel like Ohio gets a bad rap, like not in the sense of like Texas or Florida, but I feel people complain about Ohio, that there's nothing to do in Ohio. Ohio is actually not a bad place to live. Like, it's relatively affordable housing. I mean, the saga of owning a home right now is just garbage. And I think I've thrown this statistic out, but in this 2020 census, Columbus was the only major metropolitan city on the eastern side of the United States that had an increase of population. People are moving into Columbus, which is why I can't afford a house. One of the reasons. There's lots of reasons why I can't afford a house. But Ohio in general is not that bad of a place. And I just like to see other people from Ohio. So my mom grabbed the amount of skeins that I asked her to get me so that I could couple this and that I can make that sweater and I can cast on and join the knit along. They also had this really bizarre yarn from Lang Yarns, and it is the Carly. I wanted this because it's so weird. So this is in German. Lang is a German, I think it's German, right? Yeah, this is German. No, but it says made in Italy. Why is the first language German on here? Right? I'm confused here. This is German. Because I think someone commented before saying that Lang was Italian. But why is this in German? Literally, the first word, Baumwolle, cotton. Translated, tree wool. Which is funny. 20% polyamide. I mean, a lot of them look the same. Yeah, but the rest of this is in German. Huh. Anyway, this yarn is weird. This is weird yarn. Let me pull. I don't want to pull it out because like once it's out, it's out. But basically, do you see? Hopefully you can see this. No stretch at all. It's just this weird coil. And it's metallic and shiny. So weird, right? You're probably like, why did you get that? What are you going to use this for? When I was there looking at this and I kept touching it, one of the like management staff, she said that she hasn't seen a single person buy this yarn. So I was like, well, I will. So it went on like heavily discounted clearance. What is my plan with this bizarre yarn? I'm gonna make the purse that Lily Kate came out with a couple months ago, and she just used a whole bunch of different yarns and combined them together to create this purse. I want mine to be built around this weird yarn. So I need to find some yarn that all matches this bright hue craziness and just see what I create. So that's the plan for this weird stuff. I hope it turns out, because I think that's gonna be so cool. And because there's like no stretch, this might give it a lot of structure, or it could be a complete and utter failure. Maybe this is what I need to use for the straps because there's not gonna be stretch. I don't know. I don't know. It's an experiment, but I just wanted this really weird yarn. There was also a trunk show for Leading Men Fiber Arts. They are based in Illinois somewhere. I believe they're based in Illinois. Yeah, Clinton, Illinois. And so they were doing the trunk show. They also carry their yarn. So Wool & Company is this massive store. If you're, just go online, you can see they have a lot of yarn. So they do carry indie dyed yarn. They carry a ton of Le Bien-Aimé, a lot of Hedgehog, a lot of yarn. So one of the indie dyed yarns that they carry is Leading Men Fiber. There was a trunk show. My mom bought me a bunch of their yarn. So, funny story. I don't know if it's that funny, but slight background story. I was driving to Malibu and struggling with parking. And again, it's not my car that I'm driving. I'm in an unfamiliar area, and lesson learned, I need to get to the beach early if I'm going to find any kind of parking spot whatsoever. And so my mom had been texting me, and also too, you're not supposed to be on your phone while you're driving. So my mom had texted me saying, there's a trunk show. Let me know what you want. I was like, okay, I'll be parked in half an hour. An hour later, I'm still not parked. And so my mom is sending me screenshots of or pictures, what would you like? What you like? I'm mildly stressed. I don't get stressed while driving. It's not like a stressful experience for me, but I was more so getting frustrated in that there was nowhere to park, and I was just wasting gas and wasting time driving up and down this road. So I looked at the pictures. I was like, I like this one, and then whatever else you think. So my mom bought me yarn. The ones that I had pointed at that I liked are these Diva skeins in the colorway Love You to Pieces, and they're 600 yards, so 120. Really pretty. My mom got me a mohair that she thought looked really good with it. This is in the colorway Saffron. And then she also got me this Box Office worsted weight yarn, which would make a really cute hat. And it's in the colorway Don't Be a Karen. And my mom thinks she picked it up because of the name. And then she also got me these two skeins, which are also in the Diva 600 yards. And this is the Punk Rock Highlights. And this one I think would be such a fun summer top, or a bralette or something. So I think that's what these are gonna be, and maybe even held double to turn it into a DK weight. And then lastly, my mom had asked me if there were any needles that I was interested in. And I had mentioned that I saw Lantern Moon came out with a interchangeable set and I would love to try those. So she also got me a Lantern Moon set. They're gorgeous. So this is what the case looks like. Flip it up. You have your needles. They have a gold on the connector side and then they're wood. These are size 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 7s. 8s. What am I missing here? 3, 5. Oh, maybe this is why Lantern Moon asked us if we wanted the size, US size 4. Oh, okay. So it skips US size 4. Huh. I wonder why. Okay. So yeah, so there's a set in here. I have not used them yet. This side has, look how cute these are. These are stitch markers. So cute, so cute. And then we have the cables. This is interesting. It comes with 2 sets of cables that I believe I have dropped now. But they are swivel cables and like fixed cables. And it all comes in a cute little pouch. And there you have it, everything that my mom got me. And then lastly, I do have an advent calendar. It is not a mini skein advent calendar like what I normally do. This is 1 skein per Sunday, so Advent Sunday, and then there is one for the 25th, which appears to be a sock set. And this is from Artemis Yarns, who is a French indie dyer. And that is everything that has come into my life. So I talked about my future plans. I have the sweater, that purple sweater that I would like to cast on with the Jessie Maed pattern. And before the year is over, I am going to cast on for my mohair sweater. That is happening. I will cast on. Maybe that'll be like a Christmas cast on. That would be fun to start the swatch on Christmas. That would be a nice thing to do. So maybe I'll do that. I'll bring one of those skeins with me to my parents because I'm going to be going to Chicago for Christmas. Life updates. As maybe you can tell, there's still no makeup on my face. The saga. So they think it's potentially psoriasis that just appeared. My phone decided to update in the middle of recording. So we are like 2 hours later, just wrapping this up. So I checked. The last thing I was talking about was life updates. I've purchased 3 different creams. I visited twice, and we're just still in the guessing phase. And yeah, the last cream that I just bought was over $100, 30 grams. It's not gonna even last me the year. So it's just, I don't love that. So I need to do some research to see if I can find the active ingredient in anything else that is at all cheaper than what I bought. So but it should clear things up, and then I can go back to wearing fun eyeshadow, which I have missed so much. I've missed playing with makeup on my eyes because that's my favorite thing to do, is just eyeshadow. Thanksgiving was great. My family visited, my parents and my littlest brother visited. We went out and about Columbus, as well as my hometown, which is only like 45 minutes, half an hour east of where I live today. Played some games, ate out because I just don't have the space to eat food in my apartment. Yeah, and then in December for Christmas, I will be in Chicago. I'm also going to be in New York City. Very excited for that. I have Friendsgiving happening this weekend. There is a street festival where they're shutting down the street, which I wish they would just do permanently. If you've ever been to Columbus, there is a main drag called High Street. It actually extends all the way up here, but it's where a lot of bars are. It extends into campus, which is Ohio State University. Buckeyes, if you follow collegiate sports. And High Street is kind of a mess. I personally would just prefer if they shut the whole thing down and it just was pedestrians and buses. It's not worth driving on that road, and it's upsettingly dangerous now. We have shootings in High Street probably every week, which is just a sentence I have to say when you live in the United States. So it's a fun area, but unfortunately you don't stay later in the evening, which is just too bad because it is a place to go to. So anyway, there's a street festival this weekend, and then I have my Christmas tradition with my friends, which is our annual Christmas party that we've been doing since I was 12. And so this would mark either the 19th or the 20th. I'd have to do the math. I'm guessing I was 12. Whatever age I was when I was in 5th grade. So excited for that. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do the Vlogmas every day. I don't have that many exciting things happening. I feel like October I end up doing more things, although this year I didn't do that much either. New York will be fun, but that's the exciting thing, I guess. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was fun. I hope you got some good knitting done, or cleaning, or whatever it is that you do when you watch podcasts. I personally knit when I watch podcasts. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe and leave me a comment and all the things. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.